So Josh Scorcher released a video called Toon Critic Y2K, What Happened? In which he goes over the Toon Critic situation. Now, there are really only a couple parts I want to address. The first one being, he claims that him and British Ninja in the call that I actually played some of on the show. You can go and check in the archives to find that. He claims that he was trying to do a good cop, bad cop thing with British in that call. In which case, it's very odd that neither of you were the bad cop. British went soft on Toon, and you went maybe a little harsher, I guess, in the sense that you were actually talking about why this was a bad thing for Toon to do, and not how this could ruin your career, but still, I wouldn't call that progress. It was essentially just two people trying to wag their finger and not doing a very good job. He also says he had no clue about Toon's behavior because he wasn't very active in any of Toon's Discord rooms, or chats, or servers, my bad. In which case, I guess I can buy that with him. I don't think it's the case for all of them, but I'm willing to, for the sake of ease, just say Josh didn't know. He probably wasn't that close to Toon in this scenario, so fine. You can be let off the hook. What I do, however, want to talk about is his kind of weird defense of the forgiveness video. Mainly the statements he made on Tumblr about it, and the video Dr. Wolf made, which I actually also talked about on the show. Now, the first thing he says as a sort of weird defense is that he wasn't actually using you secular plebs' definition of forgiveness. He was using his superior Christian definition of forgiveness. I'm not kidding. That's his argument. Of course, this superior definition is the one that him and Wolf use because they're both Christians. He doesn't really give the definition in this video, or pull from the exact verses of the Bible where he got that definition, mind you. But it exists. I promise it exists somewhere in the Bible. Of course, that is why Lizzie Orchard, who is a Christian, may I remind you, commented on this video and said, I have never heard of that definition of forgiveness, nor that there was a difference between the secular and non-secular forgiveness. So, an actual Christian, a fellow Christian, Josh, says that doesn't exist. And honestly, I'm going to take her word for it personally. I don't know, maybe I'm just biased in that regard. But okay, fine. Let's listen to Minty Root, who, according to him at least, was raised Catholic. Now, I wasn't, so he kind of has more of a say in this than I do. Here's what he had to say. It might be about different teachers, but I can't think of ever being told of a Christian definition of forgiveness at all. So Josh and Wolf are essentially making things up. Now keep in mind, I'm not a Christian like these guys, by the way. I'm an atheist myself. Now I have nothing against anyone who's any part of a religion. I just don't believe in any of them. However, that doesn't mean that I can't, for instance, go to Skeptic's Annotated Bible, click one of their categories, and find some verses that kind of make Josh and put Josh in a kind of weird place, if that makes any sense. For instance, maybe Josh is familiar with Numbers 31, in which, after Moses defeats an army, God tells him, quote, Have you saved all the women alive? Kill every male among the little ones, and kill every woman that hath known man by lying with him. But all the women children that have not known a man by lying with him, keep alive for yourself. By the way, I actually have the exact verse to support my claim. Josh does not. So I think you can draw whose claim is more valid. And to be clear, I don't believe that every Christian believes that, yeah, let's go kill every man and kill every woman who isn't a virgin and keep the virgins for ourselves. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's in there. Unlike what Josh's definition of forgiveness seems to be. Also, can I say his excuse for not bringing this to light sooner is just atrocious? He essentially says that Toon would have then been able to tamper with the evidence and, say, delete important things. When one, you guys had screenshots of that already, and two, don't websites keep archives just for cases like this? All the Chicago police force would have to do is give Twitter a warrant, and they would get all of Toon's Twitter, including things like DMs. What are you talking about, Josh? I guess lastly, I'm going to have to address Wolf's statement at the end of the video. Essentially, Dr. Wolf gets on screen, and can I just say, something about Dr. Wolf makes me very uncomfortable. Like, I understand he more than likely can't control it. I really do, but it's just, he sort of talks in this really slow, soft voice. And then he pauses for absolutely no reason. All while blinking an extreme amount. Again, the dude, just a little advice, don't go on camera often, please. I know, I'm in a glass house right now. He essentially just says that he's not flawless, he's a work in progress, and that he's learning. May I just say this is an atrocious excuse. He's essentially going, yeah, what I did is wrong. What, you want me to continue past that point? He did not actually really disavow his message of forgiveness towards Toon Critic. Instead, he just sort of said he could have phrased it better and walked away. May I say that is a very lazy thing to do, but what do I expect? This is Dr. Wolf. Really, this feels like nothing more than attempting to do damage control, considering how Wolf's Patreon has lost, I kid you not, over $300 since this whole thing started. A month. Whoops. But anyway, that's it. I'm Ephrom, and good night.